Hi everybody, welcome to my quilting channel. My name is Amy. I go by Fiber Arts Amy here and on Instagram. I am today coming to you with a video that is basically a stash dive. Now, I have way too many whips and way too many kitted up projects to ever do like a full whip parade. But here's what I want to do today. I have, let's see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 project boxes that I've not looked in for more than 13 years. And they're all, I don't think most of them are whips. I think most of them are like kitted up projects, and mostly like things I kitted up myself. So not so much like pre-made, pre-packaged kits, but like things I put together the fabric for and like picked a pattern from a book or magazine to do. So I haven't looked at them in years, and I'm gonna look at them today with you guys and hopefully pick one, maybe two, but definitely one to do, to either start if it hasn't been started yet, or complete if it's a whip. It's possible that there might be something that I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that anymore, and I'll just deconstruct the kit, but probably not. I don't usually like UFO things like that. My dog is here interrupting too. So the reason I have, part of the reason why these exist is back before my oldest child, who's now 14, was born, we lived in Florida, and that's where I really learned how to quilt and like really got into quilting. And I got into quilting big time. My dog is gonna knock the tripod. Freya, stop it. Stop it. And so I really got into quilting and collecting quilting stuff, and I kitted up a bunch of projects ready to go. And then Liam was born. And I still kept quilting, but certainly not at the same pace, of course. And then I continued to have children. And my quilting, we moved out of Florida when I still just had the one child. And I don't think these have been looked at since then. Because once we got here, I think these kind of got packed away and ignored. I think I bought some new stuff, and I kept having children. And my quilting definitely hit like, not just that it hit a lull, but I was doing a different kind of quilting while I was also like stay-at-home parenting and whatnot. But a couple years ago, I started this thing where I was pulling out old projects that hadn't been touched in years and getting them done, like one at a time. I don't actually know a date for anything, but kind of like picking your oldest whip and focusing on it until you get it done. Kind of like along those lines, right? Trying to get some of these older projects that I obviously was in love with at some point, actually accomplishing those. And I've been doing great doing that, but honestly, I've gotten a lot of them done that were like up in my main sewing area, and that were like more in progress. I don't think any of these are significantly, if at all, in progress. So I thought you might want to come along to this little stash dive, see what I kitted up all those years ago, and maybe help me pick what to focus on first to try to get done. And these are dusty too. One of my kids is so nice. He just helped me bring all of these up from the basement. And I mean, they like really are dusty. This is, so I'm dusting. I'm dusting as I go. Oh, because they are dirty. Been in the basement. All right, and some of these have more than one project in them. Oops, sorry for the bang. Okay, so I also kept like books in these bins. So I'm a huge Thimbleberries fan. Huge Thimbleberries fan. And I'm gonna have to figure out which one's which. Huge Thimbleberries fan, and okay, I know what's what. Especially back when I first started quilting, definitely purchased a lot of their books. I love their stuff. So this has two projects in it. The first is, this is called Pine Ridge. And I should read the book title for you. This is At Home with Thimbleberries Quilts. I'm honestly glad I put the book in there with it so that I would know what's supposed to go with what. So here is the fabric I have kitted up for that project. And then I also have, let's see what the black is supposed to go with. I have another project in here too. Oh, it's got to go with that one. Okay, so the other project I have kitted up, this is called Pine View. That's just my note there. I guess I needed fat aids. This is called Pine View. Before I start any of these, I will go in and make sure that the fabric, like that I actually kitted up enough fabric for each of them, right? That I don't have any mistakes. And I might have to add to one of these. But this, okay, so this is one of my favorite fabric lines of all time. It makes me extremely happy. I've already made one quilt with it, and it's showed up in several other things. This is Old Primrose Inn from Blackbird Designs, and this collection's got to be really old. Okay, but so also Moda is re-releasing Orchid from Blackbird Designs this year, and I may just not be aware of it, but I don't believe Moda typically reprints fabric lines, but if they reprint this fabric line from Blackbird, I will be so happy. That's one of my favorite prints of all time, and I've coordinated it with this for like some needle books and things. I love this fabric line, and I've got some yardage for it, which I assume is for borders. I think I need to add some to this if I'm going to do Pine View. There's definitely some more fabric I need to add, but that's easily doable from my stash even. So that's exciting, but to be honest with you, I don't think those are, I want those to get done, but I don't particularly feel like those need to be, sorry for the snapping of the box. I don't need to pick that up right now. So I don't think that's going to be the one I pick. Bear with me while I dust. Oh, I'm not the world's best housekeeper to start with. I'm definitely not the world's best housekeeper when it comes to my basement. Getting better, but not great. Yeah, it's not that I don't know how, I just don't do it. Okay, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, I'll show you the fabric here in a minute. What is this? Okay, this might take some figuring out. Wait, what? I should have brought my readers over here too. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Is this, I don't know if I designed some sort of trip around the world situation. I don't know what's going on. I have this print off from the internet from Block Central. That's what the block looks like. But then on the back, I've made notes. This seems to look like a trip around the world type situation. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be making if I was intending to make these blocks and put them together in that like pattern. Or if these are like two, because I definitely used to write on the back of things. So I honestly don't know. But I have some stunning fabric to go with it. Okay, this is amazing. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at this fabric. It's beautiful. To be honest with you, I might break this one apart. I don't feel any connection to whatever this was. These are beautiful fabrics. I remember this one. I've used it in some other stuff. It's stunning. I do wish I was wearing my readers. Park Avenue by Three Sisters. This one, what is this? This is amazing. This is an Andover. 2002 American Folk Art Museum under license to Andover. And then this, I don't know. But these are beautiful, but I don't, and they look beautiful together, but I think I'm going to put them back in stash because I don't feel the need to, I don't have room around me. I don't necessarily feel the need to keep that project. Sorry for the bangs. To keep that project hidden. So, oh, this next one looks like a block of the month. I have so many block of the months that I'm already in the middle of and or behind on or just working at a really slow pace. And I really don't want to sign up for any more or purchase any more. So I actually think I remember buying this one all at once. This one's an option. Okay, so this is Thimbleberry's Border Blast block of the month. This was done with Fat Quarter Shop. Who knows what this is from? Oh my goodness. It looks like this is backing set. Holy moly. All right, block one. Some of my kids and my husband are going to be coming home at some point. Month 2, 3. This one's a contender. Sorry, I'm throwing things. 4. See, I'm like, can't resist blocks of the month, even though I'm awful at keeping up. So I think all of the background fabric came in the first month, and then they just send the coordinating fabric each of the other months. I mean, this is like classic Thimbleberries, right? What's in here? There's probably finishing fabric, like border fabric. I know that there's a, well, hopefully in month 12 it shows you how to finish the quilt, but if it doesn't, I'm capable. I wouldn't have been then, but I'm capable now of just figuring something out. Yeah, included the background for the entire block of the month in month 1. That's a maybe. That is a definite maybe. Again, sorry for the snapping sound. That's a maybe. My poor dog isn't going to be able to get out of here. Come on. Come on. Do you want to go? Go. No, you just want to be on camera or something. Okay. What's next? What is this? What is this? Oh. This is all stuff that my husband... Okay, this box is my husband's. My husband, like, tinkers with sewing, I guess you could say. He doesn't do a lot. He doesn't usually quilt. But he's made some, like, dice bags and, some various, like, little stuff. So, anyway, that bin is my husband's fault. He's got another bin, too. So, I'm going to have him put those bins together. Dusting. Freya, you could lay down somewhere. And then I think you and I would both be happier. She says no. She wants to be in the middle. This is also my husband's bin. Do you see some of my husband's hand quilting? He was practicing hand quilting. I'm feeling much better about myself. This is my husband's stuff. This is a needle book that I made him. Well, not needle book exactly. It's got needles and pins and scissors and everything he could kind of need in here. I just made this pattern up myself, but I have lots of them that I made in different patterns. And I made my husband a French General duffel bag. Fabrics from French General. And used leftovers for this. But this has batiks. He's got his own bobbins. He's got like all kinds of stuff in here. a pincushion that I made at like a sew day, like thing that my then quilt shop had, little punch needle. I gave that to him. All right. It's not even mine. All right. That's for my hubby. All right. What's next? This is another Thimbleberries. Pine and Rose Cottage book. Let me look in here. I don't know if there's multiple. The fabric I've picked for whatever I'm planning to do is gorgeous. What quilt is this for? I bet I know. Okay, so I really have a thing for baskets, like any kind of basket blocks. So I'm confident that this is for the quilt red baskets. And so just because it's for the quilt red baskets doesn't necessarily mean I was planning on doing my baskets in red. I'll have to figure it out, but this is definitely a quilt I'm still going to want to do. Here's my fabrics for. I think that's another thing I liked about Thimbleberries, especially early on. I didn't find them very intimidating because a lot of them just take like 3 or 4 or 5 fabrics, and that felt very doable to me as like a relative beginner to go into a quilt shop and just pick out, you know, a handful of fabrics that go together. So this is like the hero fabric. I love this so much. If I'm gonna guess it's Minnick and Simpson, but I don't know that. Let me look. And you're not gonna be able to find any of these fabrics, I would imagine. Yep, Minnick and Simpson. It's Bar Harbor. And again, it would be old, but these are beautiful. I'm gonna say that that's a maybe also. Just a maybe. I think that would be a much more simple option and therefore faster to get done than the Black of the Month. Ooh, I just tweaked my arm, my elbow hurt. I'm just taped up to try to help my elbow heal. In case you're new here, welcome, by the way, if you're new here. I have a bum elbow at the moment, and I'm trying to let it heal. And taping my thumb up is helping at the moment. Okay, this is embarrassing. I can't believe I forgot about this project. It's so beautiful, and I love my fabrics so stinking much. So this was a quilt class I took part in. So Once Upon a Quilt was my LNS back in the day, or my LQS back in the day. This was a Scrappy Stars class. I have no idea if they still do that. Please pardon my dog barking. Being very helpful. This is the cover sheet for the packet. I've got all the instructions in here for each of the blocks. It looks like these, at least some of them are made with templates. I have blocks. This is so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, it's so good. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Look at this. Oh, what is going on? My son's in here, if you can hear him in the background. So it looks like I've got a ton of squares of different sizes, and I'm using scrappy backgrounds, all cut up. I've got, oh my God, this is so beautiful. I've got some beautiful fabrics. That one's a fig tree. Beautiful fabrics picked out. Some of them already cut up. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is definitely going on the maybe pile because this might be the one that's furthest along of all of them that we're going to look at today. And it definitely needs to get done. I love my fabrics. Now that I'm looking at it, I totally remember doing that class. And I love this piece. So that's going on a maybe pile. My foot's also falling asleep. Okay, what's next? Okay. This I want to get done. There's 2 in here, I think. But not sure about... Oh, sorry. Not sure about when. Okay. Another Thimbleberries book. This one, unfortunately, is a little warped from being in here. So this was back when I first started sewing and I bought my fabric situans. No judgment if you buy your fabric situans. I don't anymore, but then at the time I did. So this, what's it called? So this book is Basic Beauties, and this quilt is called, Old Maid's Puzzle. I really like old classic blocks like this. So this just requires 3 fabrics, 2 for the main part, the blocks, the sashing, and then another one for the border. And I've started cutting. So I've got a lot of the green cut out. Oh, you know what? Some of this is actually connecting threads too. Oh, how cute! Mini pumpkins. I think that was supposed to be the border. And then this, I think this in the green for the blocks. And then blue for the border would have a green stripe running through. I don't know if they still do this, but connecting threads at least used to fold all their fabric like right sides together. So it makes it a little hard if you don't refold it to know what you've got. I definitely still want to do that. I love that. Definitely still want to do it. I'm not going to do it right now. It's not going to be the thing that, or a thing I focus on just yet, but it's up there, and I definitely still want to finish it. And then there's another one from this book. No, it's not that one. If I can find it. Oh, I've done this quilt before. Garden Throw. This is our picnic quilt that my family uses. I used a fabric with ladybugs on it. All right, let me see if I can figure out. I assume it's from in here. This other one is. I've got some blocks made. Let me see. I do not know where this other one's from. Maybe it's something I made up. I don't know. So this is going to be turned on point. Clearly. I've got a ton of blocks here. All made. I've got a ton of the white. I can improvise this if I need to. I've got this all cut up into blocks and setting triangles. Oh, I was doing that. Okay. See, I can figure out what this quilt's supposed to look like from what I have done. But I'm not going to figure it out right now. It looks like these are going to be like a plaid with this and this alternating in the body, with this almost like a diagonal border or an on-point border, and then I have setting triangles on the edge. So that's definitely something I can figure out without any like additional pattern. Although I've got to imagine that pattern came from somewhere. So those are definitely things I want to finish, but nothing I'm going to focus on right now. Hey, Logan, can you tell me what time it is, sweetie?
Oh, 5:15.
Okay, thank you. This is probably not going to be a very long video. I also need to make dinner. Okay, this is a project I actually have not forgotten about. I'm still excited about it. I was so excited about it when I first picked it out. And it's just been sitting here waiting for me. This comes out of a book called Just Desserts. I don't know if any of these books are still available. I'm sure some of them are, at least on the secondary market. Thimbleberries books are very available on the secondary market. I find that they're quite easy to find. I'd be willing to bet I've bought some of these more than once. This that I have kitted up is for the quilt muffin baskets. Again, I love I'm a sucker for a basket quilt. But this is very easy. This is done with a layer cake, and these are like half square triangles and then setting squares. Or do you call those setting squares? It alternates with a solid square and then setting triangles and a little bit of a border. I remember the shop. Like, I remember shopping for this fabric and taking the book in with me and being so excited. Because back when I first started quilting, right, it was so exciting to, I mean, it still is, but I've done it so many times now. Back in the day, it was so exciting to, like, pick stuff out for the first time. Looks like I don't know what that's from. Anyway, I have a layer cake to use. I don't have the tag anymore, so I don't know what this fabric is, but it's all kind of like earthy colors. Let me show you some of the hero prints. I don't know who designed it. There's dragonflies, flowers. So like colorful but earthy. You like that, Logs? Mm-hmm. It's very pretty. And then I've got, I think these are probably for borders and binding or something. And then I have a homespun, which I think must be for the, like the background fabric, which that'll be fun. I actually really like using homespuns, but at the time that I bought this, homespuns would have been like a very new or foreign thing for me. So I'm not going to do that right now. And I honestly, so they've used rickrack for their basket handles. I know I remember finding that intimidating back then, but I have some spools of Lori Holt rickrack, and so I will probably see if I can make one of those work, because I have like some blues and things that I think might go really well with this. All right, so that's not for now, but definitely not getting rid of it. Oh goodness, what is this? All right. And there's a label. All right. It says Cocoa Basket, kit, assorted prints, blocks. Back when I first started quilting, I was much more into like a darker aesthetic. Probably because my husband's a little bit more into a darker aesthetic. I still like, I'm very eclectic, so I still like doing like Civil War repros and kind of darker stuff, but, oh, here's baskets. But, it's not my primary aesthetic, I would say. I like having a bit of that darker stuff sprinkled in, but it's not most of what I'm likely to go for. So the magazine's in here. It's seen better days. This is McCall's Quilting. Freya, stop it. September, October 2010. Let me show you. This is designed by Sarah Maxwell and Dolores Smith. And let me try to, this is what the quilt will look like. And those baskets, well, I don't know. Let me look. Because I think I have a panel in here. And I'm thinking the panel, oh no, the panel isn't for that. Okay, so these stripes with the stars, that's from the panel. So, let me open it up. Oh, it's not even a panel. I think it is running yardage, but it's this like star stripe. Who designed this? What is this? Joe Morton, Andover Fabrics. Not surprised. Oh yeah, so you are appliquing the baskets. Freya, knock it off. So much darker than I often go. I'm not going to work on that right now, but I'm definitely going to keep it kitted up because I still definitely want to do that. I think this might be my husband's bin as well. This is totally my husband's bin. He's got like fat quarters and things. This is my husband's fabric. Okay. That's 3 of the 15 were actually my husband's. Kind of happy about that. All right. This looks like it's been started. Oh, I think I know what this is. Okay. The collection for this is Collections for a Cause, Collections for a Cause by Howard Marcus. It's called Alliance. It looks like I had a jelly, well, it's not technically a jelly roll, but you know what I mean, 2.5 inch strip roll. This was also from a class I was taking at Once Upon a Quilt. I basically lived my life in Once Upon a Quilt for like 2.5 years. So I haven't been back in 13 years, but I love them. So, is that the right one? Let me make sure I show you the right picture. Is that the right one? Give me a moment. So this book has a number of projects in it, but they're all made using the same components. And so I think I was doing a version like this. I think this fabric is Neptune from Tula Pink, which I've done some quilts in. Was it Neptune or something else? I don't know, but I did some quilts in that. Did I show you the name of the book? Because I need to do that. The book is called Sizzling 60s. By Anka's Treasures. And I am doing it in, oh my goodness, I have so many scraps. All right, so here's my jelly rolls. So you strip piece your like 2 strips together, and then you cut out your triangles from that, and then you put those triangles together to form different kinds of patterns. It looks like I've barely gotten started. I've got some of mine cut out. Sorry, I can't see very well. Got some of them cut out. I'll have to look through and make sure I know what I'm doing before I restart it. And I've got fabrics for like setting and borders and binding and whatnot. So definitely one that I want to keep as a whip, but I'm not gonna try to finish that right now. This is so fun. This is like opening a time capsule. Another Thimbleberries book. Oh, I forgot to dust the top. This is In Celebration of Quilting. Thimbleberries, the woman's name who is in charge, is Lynette Jensen. I remember this quilt and wanting to do it so badly. This is definitely going to get done. Another thing I like about Thimbleberries quilts is that they're often a bit bigger. This is called Harvest Fat Quarter Baskets Quilts. Harvest Fat Quarter Baskets Quilts. So really simple basket blocks. And I have not started this, but I pulled fabric. This is my background. And then it looks like I have, you know, kind of a rainbow of somewhat darker fabrics. But they're all beautiful. The blues and the, oh, look at this one. Oh, I love it. It looks very fig tree. I don't know if it is or not, but I love them. So that's going to make a beautiful quilt. I'm not going to do that one right now, but it's definitely going to stay as a whip. My poor dog is like, what is going on? You'd think she'd be used to me filming by now. All right, this, I don't have a pattern in here. And what may have happened is, so there's this collection that I love. I might have had a pattern in mind. I don't know. This is Quilt Fair by, Oh, what's her name? I love her stuff. Give me a piece with a selvage that has the writing on it. Looks like I have all of the pieces that don't. Oh, I can't think of her name. And it's not Tilda. I feel like there's a T involved in her name. It'll come to me. I love this fabric. And I don't know if I had a pattern in mind or Tasha Noel. It's Tasha Noel. Or if I didn't just like go ahead and pop this fat quarter bundle, because that's what this is. It's a fat quarter bundle. Pop the fat quarter bundle into a box, knowing that I needed to figure out something to do with it because I like it so much. The only thing that's making me think that wasn't the case is I have some yardage in here too. This is a grunge. I don't know what that is. It's possible I just popped them in because I was like, oh, those coordinate great. Set them aside for that, knowing that I would need like some more yardage to round something out. But I'm going to keep them in here for now because I should find something to do with them. And I have a bit of a Tasha Noel stash, and so I could supplement too from other stuff now. Hey, Logs, what time is it?
5:27.
Thank you. Let me make sure I can go make dinner. All right, what is this? This has a pattern with it. It looks like it's probably a kit. See, a lot of these have like generally darker. How do I not remember this? What? All right, this is a kit I got from the Bay Window Quilt Shop called Riverside Knoll by Kim Deal. And oh my gosh. Look at how pretty. I love Kim Deal. Kim Deal to me is like a great mix of colorful, but muted. Like, right? Like it's just, it's muted, but it's still colorful. It doesn't feel too dark to me. And I love the like teals and blues she adds in. They're so beautiful. Okay, so apparently I have a kit for this. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, look at how beautiful. There's more in here. Greens. Freya. Okay, this. When she does, especially when she adds in like this dark teal, I love it. That color is just going to sing in that quilt. So it's not going to be the next one I do. That's going to be like an adventure. That's going to be a big job. Because this is not a simple quilt. But I have all the instructions. It looks like here, really good instructions from the kit came with all the instructions and whatnot that I needed. It uses the Right as Rain collection. Okay, well that's beautiful, but not next on my list. What is in here? Oh, we got a book at the bottom. These look like Kim Deal. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've seen somebody doing this recently. Okay, sorry, Schoolgirl Sampler. I know I've seen other people talk about this. I know I have. But I can't place who or when. Oh, this is cool. All right. So this book has several different quilts you can make, but like lots of blocks. How big is the finished quilt? You guys want to just sit there while I like look at my own little book? Logan, are you able to get out of there and get the cheese out to temper?
I cannot get out of this.
Can you text Dad and ask him to get like 12 slices of cheese out to warm up? I'm making grilled cheese for dinner. My son made homemade baguettes for a cooking class today, and so we're gonna eat those with soup. Well, he did like mini baguettes, like French buns. Apparently they're called. Wait, yeah. But they're like baguette rolls. They're gonna be delicious, and I'm very excited. So the quilt's 61.5 by 61.5. I don't have border in here, but I'm certain that my intention was to make this. And it looks like I pulled a bunch of Kim Deal, maybe? I'm guessing Kim Deal and what are these called? Butter Churn Basics, it looks like, for the quilt. I mean, because, right, there's that color. There's that color. I love it. It's more the lighter version. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Look at that fabric. I could be wrong. This might not be Kim Deal. I just feel like it is. And it's probably from like a fat quarter bundle that I broke up, excuse me, and put in here. So definitely need to keep that kitted up, but also not what I'm going to focus on next. Almost done. The problem with leaving books in these, like the good part about it is that then I know what like pattern or at least what book I was going to use for that fabric. The problem is that then I might buy a book more than once because I don't think I have it. All right, there's a book in here. I don't think I bought this more than once. I have no idea what quilt I was going to do because I didn't mark it. This book is called Treasure Hunt. 13 quilts inspired by antique finds. If I flip through, something might jump out at me and be like, oh, that was the one. I don't usually do mini quilts. Oh, there's some beautiful projects in here. I actually suspect it's this cover quilt. I suspect it's this cover quilt very strongly. Looking at what I have, which it has to be. I can tell because of how the like spine is like, you know, broken. Like I obviously was spending a lot of time on this page. Oh, and I've like written notes in the cutting instructions, so it was definitely this one. I will write in my quilt books. Yeah, it's like almost 80 inches square. So here I have like a plain muslin in there and very Civil War-ish. Fabrics. So also definitely a quilt I still want to do, but also, go ahead, Freya. Not what I'm going to focus on today or you know, next. If I can close the bin. Yay, got it closed. Ooh. And then last bin. Oh, sorry, that was bangy. Last bin. It looks like I have two different things in here. One is, these were called, I don't think they do them anymore. They were Frivels. I think they're Moda. Yeah, they're Moda. And they are, so they're cute. They're these little tins. I'm a klutz. Little tins that would come with a pre-cut. It wasn't always, I don't think it was always, I don't know if Frivels are a specific size or what, but they come with a pattern. Let's see. When did they even do these? I have a bunch of them and I really like them. This is done, is that the collection? It says is Lakeland. I don't know if that's their design or the fabric. And these are like pre-cut, so, and I don't, They look kind of like they're like 8-inch squares or something. I'm not sure. Really not sure. And this comes with embroidery floss. Is it Cosmo? Looks like Cosmo. Yeah, Cosmo embroidery floss. Let's see. I'll have to read through the instructions because I don't know where the embroidery comes in. I don't see any on there. But usually with these, I think I've done one of them before. Usually it provides like the pattern fabric, like the collection, and then you have to add like a background to it. Freya, get off my knee. Windermere. Okay, yeah, so I think Lakeland is the pattern. You need to add a bunch of your, you need to add the background fabric. Windermere is the collection by Brenda Riddle Designs, assuming I'm making that out without my readers on. And the finished quilt is 50 by 50. And it's beautiful. And the fabric's beautiful and very, like, appropriate to our changing weather at the moment. Definitely fits my mood. It's beautiful. I definitely want to do it at some point, but probably not right now. And I love the little tins, and I want to finish some of these so I can have the tin to use for something else. And then I have another thing in here. I'm trying to figure out why exactly. Okay, so this is Scattered Stars Quilt Kit from Fat Quarter Shop. Wait a minute. What? Oh, I'm very happy right now. Okay. This is Scattered Stars Quilt Kit. So Fat Quarter Shop has this like exclusive fabric pre-cut that they do. They call it a Jolly Bar, and it's 5 inches by 10 inches. So like half of a layer cake or 2 charm packs put together. So I think all of them come with a pattern. Yeah, on this flyer is a pattern. It's usually for a relatively simple quilt because you're just dealing with a Jolly Bar, but similar to the Frivolous thing, you need to like usually add a bunch of background fabric and maybe something else to make the quilt. But it turns out this collection is Canning Day by Corey Yoder, which I'm much more like aware of designers and their collections now than I was even 5 years ago. I just saw her showing some of this recently and was so bummed out I never got any. Turns out I got some. This is beautiful. I love it. Also very springy, very, very summery, very happy. This print right on top, I love. And then I also, so oftentimes with the Jolly Bars, you can buy a Jolly Bar kit, or you can buy like the supplemental stuff, right? Like the background fabric and whatnot. And so I have the background fabric, which is a white on white, probably the one from the collection, in the binding. And I'm guessing this is the backing, which honestly I may or may not use for the backing. I really like using wide backs. I might end up saving this to use as yardage on the front of a quilt. We'll have to see. So that's also all stuff I'm very happy to have. Will definitely get done at some point, but I don't think is going to be one that I focus on next. So here are our options. I want to pick one of these, maybe two. If I pick two, it's going to be like the one to like try to like knock out, and then one that might be longer term. So one is it was a basket quilt, right? Yeah. I think Red Baskets from Pine and Rose Cottage from Thimbleberries. The Scrappy Stars from my class from ages ago. And then my other option would be that Block of the Month, Thimbleberries Block of the Month. It was like the first bin I looked at. So I'm going to say, I'm going to keep that basket one out. That's going to be number one. That one's going to get worked on. Number two should it be Scrappy Stars or the Thimbleberries block of the month? You guys tell me, because neither of those will be like super fast to knock out. But I could start making progress, and progress is progress and gets me closer to them being done. So you tell me below which one you think I should work on. That's it. That's it for today. This is Freya. Since this is a new channel for me, if you guys haven't come over from my floss tube, you may not have met Freya before. You still haven't, because you just see the back of her head. Look at the camera. Can you look up here? Look up here. Oh, you're so cute. And she's just confused. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll try to like link things that I talked about below. I didn't talk about a whole lot other than just my stash. That was fun. That was like refreshing. Like I forgot about a bunch of this stuff. And I'm excited to dive in and get some of it done. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Happy crafting. Bye.